This might be one where I don't need to wake up that early. You know what I mean? Like Friday night going to Dave Matthews, Saturday just an excellent day of college football. I got this weird feeling Penn State's going to beat Michigan, dude. And then like Sunday, I like to sleep a little bit. It's the one day I have of peace, but I guess I'll wake up because I'll be betting the Indianapolis Colts, who decent offensive line. Minshew Media could push the ball down the field a little bit. They have two capable backs. I like Moss. I like Jonathan Taylor. And the Patriots are shit. They're 2-7. They're shit. I'm starting to question, like, has the game passed by Bill Belichick a little bit? I still think
there's some chatter that they might leave him in Germany if they lose.
They should. They should leave his ass in Germany. Although, would that really be a bad thing, the way that this country is going?
No, you know nobody's ever done that. No, we're always like, leave him there. I want someone to, like, when McDaniels lost in Detroit, they should have left him. Don't come home and fire him the next day. Literally kick him off the plane.
No, dude, it was like when Lane Kiffin was at Alabama and he was doing a post-game interview. And, like, literally during the interview, he's like, oh, shit, I think my bus is leaving. Oh, my bus is leaving. And they just left Lane Kiffin when he was at Alabama. Saban was just like, fuck him. Let's just leave him there. And they won. They won, but they, like, didn't score in the second half or something. And Saban was like, fuck this guy, and just left him. That's what you need. The problem is the only person that would actually leave somebody in Germany is Bill Belichick. So the only way that happens is if he, like, leaves himself. He's like, fuck it, I ain't coaching this team anymore. I mean, Brady clearly has won the divorce. I think Bill's a great defensive mind. I just think, like, I'm not saying the game's passed him by. He could go to Arrowhead and probably coach him to a 9-0 season, you know, but, like, guys don't want to be, like, bullied anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Brady wanted the fuck out. Like, he would even, like, pick apart Brady in the team meetings. Like, how are we going to win a Super Bowl with a quarterback that can't complete a simple bubble screen? And Brady's probably thinking, like, fuck you, guy. Like, I won you these Super Bowl rings. So I like Indianapolis. I think the Patriots are dead. R.I.P. Rest in peace. Hey, how much better is WWE than AEW?
I don't even watch AEW anymore.
Yeah. Remember, is Paul okay with that?
No. And I don't even read the recaps anymore.
Also, Paul hit me up with a text message a couple weeks ago, and he was like, if you had to choose which of these guys to keep, and it was like Goot, Jordan Love, and LaFleur, and you'd be happy to know, actually, you would hate to know that Goot would be number one, LaFleur would be, or Love would be 2, and LaFleur would be 3 for me. Anyway, I digress. Let's move over to the United States of America, and let's go out to Jacksonville. You know what I love about Florida? You don't have to pay taxes. Sure, there's a tremendous amount of hillbillies out there, and there's hurricanes, but the women are beautiful. The weather's always nice, and I love those, like, Jimmy Buffett type restaurant bars where you could, like, convince your wife that you're going to dinner, but really, you know, you're drinking like 3 of those fishbowl things, and you're just going to get wrecked.
I took New England.
Yeah, I know. You said it.
Oh.
Wait, no, you didn't actually.
Oh. I'm going to take because America needs to reassert its dominance in Europe, and the Patriots are going to win.
Fuck, I didn't even think about that. And yeah, you're right. They might. I'm going to stick with my pick. I'll go Colts.
Okay.
The Jags are 3-point dogs against the San Francisco 49ers, who are 5-3, but all 3 losses.
3-game losing streak.
Yep, they've all come in a row. 3-game losing streak. I like the Jags to cover. I think the Jags are a good football team. So, like, you can't really run on the Jags. San Francisco likes to run the ball. Trent Williams most likely not going to play in this game. They get Deebo Samuel back. Here's a hot take for you. I think Trent Williams is the most important player for the San Francisco 49ers. I know Brock Purdy's getting rid of the ball quickly, but if you look at, like, Pro Football Focus, they have San Francisco's offensive line graded number 22. The reason that nobody ever talks about it is because of Trent Williams. Everybody else graded out really poorly. We're Packer fans. We see what bad offensive line does to a young quarterback. So I like the Jags in this spot. I think San Francisco is going to have to push the ball down the field, and Purdy might throw a couple picks here, make a couple mistakes. And I like this Jags team, man. I wouldn't be shocked if they're in the AFC Championship game, maybe even the Super Bowl. I like T-Law. I love ETN. They got to get the defense figured out. They really fucked up not drafting Hutchinson, going with Walker. They should have drafted Hutchinson. I thought he was the for sure thing. But I like the Jags to cover the 3 here, maybe even win this game outright.
I like the Niners only because they've lost 3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Was like, can they lose 4?
I like Jacksonville a lot. And I agree with how far you think they can go. But for this game in a vacuum, I'm going to go against you again, and I'm going to take the Niners, and I'll take them to cover even. Just the 3.
Yeah, I like that too. All right, let's move on.
You're with me?
I'm on the Jags.
Oh, I'm on the Niners.
I know you just said I'm listening to you.
But then you said I like that too.
No, I get your thinking. Like that's why I keep going back and forth with this one. I mean, I took the points with the Jags.
Okay.
But are the Niners really?
I'll have Shay tighten that up in post.
Yeah, thanks. What do you think about the Houston Texans as 7-point dogs taking on the Cincinnati Bengals? I'll tell you what I think. I like the Texans. I bet them +7. And the Bengals are playing great football right now. But how about CJ? Big game Stroud. Oh, no, he didn't do good on the SG2 cognitive test.
We still don't even know what the test was.
No, but I watch his interviews.
There was just a report that, like, he failed the test. Well, show me the test. What's the test?
This is a test. I know. I agree.
I think that we're a little too premature to take the Texans here. I'm going to disagree with you again and go with Cincinnati. Even with receiver questions about health.
I like this. We got some head-to-heads this week.
I know. I think like
I don't feel great about this week, so I wouldn't be too worried. I feel
like next year, the Texans next year would be like 4.5-point underdogs in Cincinnati, and I would take them then. But I just feel like we're skipping ahead a little bit. And so I am going to take Cincinnati to cover the 7. That's a high spread, though. Wow.
Yeah, dude. That's a really, 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 really big number. And the Texans, I think this Texans team's pretty good, actually. They got a solid pass rush. They got CJ Stroud. I like them to at least keep this one close. All right, we go out to that dump, Minnesota, 3-point dogs. I don't hate I hate the Vikings, but I fucking hate that they have Dobbs now because I love the Josh Dobbs story, man. I mean, he goes.
There was a game earlier this season. What game was it? I specifically rooted for the Vikings. When did that happen? I was rooting for the Vikings. Was it against the Bears? The Niners. Yeah, I was rooting for the Vikings over the Niners. I despise the Vikings, but I don't know that I hate the Vikings. But they're like as likable as they can get right now. Even
because they got Dobbs.
Yeah. Even before Dobbs. Kirk's all like everybody's best friend now.
Yep.
Jefferson rules. Addison rules.
I mean, I still hate the Vikings. I
think they're not bothering me because they're not like good. If they're like this little fun 8-9 win football team, whatever. If they're a 13-win team that's winning bullshit and their fans get all fucking Cubs about it, then I hate them.
Oh, another shot to us Cubs fans, huh? I don't like it. Well, anyway, they're 3-point dogs against the Saints. I'll take a favorite here. I actually like the Saints to cover. Saints are playing some good football finally. They're 5-4, figuring some stuff out on the offensive side of the ball. I like Kamara to go over his receptions every week because Derek Carr just dumps it down to him. And like Minnesota is a fun story right now, but I don't know what Dobbs is going to be able to do against a legit defense. Granted, this game's at home. It's a tough place to play. Give me the Saints, actually, -3 here. Was 2.5.
Yeah, you know what? I'll ride with you on that one. I'm not totally confident about it. I think the Saints are bad. I think the Vikings do end up making the playoffs, even with Dobbs.
Really?
Yeah. There's nobody left.
The defense has been a little bit better than I expected. It's been a little bit better than it was last year. I just think that
steal this on your show. This is what I've been saying on all my shows. I say I'm going to give you the following teams. Ready? Rams, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, New Orleans, Green Bay, Minnesota, Washington. 2 of those teams will make the playoffs.
And
2 of those teams are making the playoffs.
You want me to name the teams, or you think that's like a hot take? Because I agree.
No, I want you to highlight that's because that's in the NFC. The Eagles are in, the Cowboys are in, the Lions are in, the Seahawks are in and the Niners are in. The Cardinals are out. The Panthers are out. The Bears are out. The Giants are out. So there's 2 spots left. And the teams that are left for those 2 spots are Washington, Minnesota, Green Bay, New Orleans, Atlanta, Tampa Bay, and the Rams. And one of those NFC South teams is going to win their division. So everybody else sucks. So let's say the Saints win the division. One of the following teams is getting in: Washington, Minnesota, Green Bay, Atlanta, Tampa, or the Rams.
I bet
that's going to be the worst 7 seed of all time.
I know. I bet Atlanta and Tampa both to make the playoffs. I liked Atlanta more coming into the season, but
I liked where Tampa was heading, and then they lost 3 in a row.
Arthur Smith sucks.
But I need a lot of Baker this weekend because my Chiefs and my Eagles, that means my Patrick Mahomes and my Jalen Hurts, are out with buys. And I didn't plan for this, so it's Baker Mayfield time in all of my leagues.
Oh, no. Well, let's go to that game, actually. That's what's next on our schedule. Baker, a 1-point favorite over Will Levis and the Titans. Ooh, dude. Fuck, tough. Wouldn't bet this game. If I had to, let's see. So there's been some reverse line movement. Titans flipped here. Give me Tennessee. I actually like Tennessee. Will Levis has been pretty damn good, dude. I think the Titans may have found something. I know they're
but he throws weird.
Yeah, I mean, like
he throws like he lofts them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't tell if you just watch before the camera goes down the field. I can't tell, like, is that a throw deep or is he throwing it out of bounds? I don't know.
Actually, and also, like, if you look at it, he hasn't really been good on like standard downs, down to downs. He's just had a couple like explosive plays in both games. But
I'm gonna sucker into, if I was putting, well, what does Titans theory say? I don't think it applies this week.
Yeah, it's
and
like
I'm not sure it applies with Levis.
It's a pick against Tampa. Yeah, this like might be a whole new thing where we have to watch and
Titans
learn.
Theory might have been, we might have to retire it. I like, how about Tampa theory is don't take them, they suck, but you take them anyway because you're an idiot. I'll take
like
Tampa.
every time I bet the Bucks, they fucking blow. Like they have the ball for like 5 minutes. Like I bet them against the Eagles. They had the ball for like 3 minutes in that game. The Eagles just ran it down their throat the entire game. It was the most uneventful football game.
And Mike Evans always finishes 2 for 83 with a touchdown.
Yeah, and he catches the touchdown, though, in like the fourth quarter. You really got to wait for that fucking thing. And it's like already they're down 2 scores. I'll go Tennessee, but I don't really love this game.
No, not at all.
Man, what about this one? Because Baltimore's on fire right now. Best team in the league, in my opinion, on both sides of the ball. They're 7-2, but they're 6.5-point favorites over the Browns. I'd have to take the Browns. Like, I know the Ravens have been covering these numbers. I've been betting them every week, but the Browns have one of the best defenses in the league. Deshaun's back now. You know, they still have Amari Cooper. They got Njoku going. Won last week. I don't think this is a 6.5-point spread, and I know Baltimore's taking some money here, but I'll go Browns. I mean, I'll wait and bet this on Sunday, see if we could get a 7, but I like Cleveland to keep it close, I think, here. Maybe even win outright.
Baltimore's just been so good.
Yeah, Lamar's awesome, man. I mean, he's like running. When he is running, he's running into light boxes. 3 receiver sets, 4 receiver sets. OBJ finally caught a touchdown last weekend, and it didn't even come from Lamar. It came from fucking Tyler Huntley because it was a blowout. Lamar was on the sideline watching. That's how good they are.
I think what I've been saying about Baltimore is I think that they can win in any setting more than any other team. Like,
I agree because they got a strong run game and they could rush the passer.
Yeah, if they're on the road, if they're in snow, if they're in heat, if they're in wherever. I'm going to take Baltimore to cover. I'm going to go against you again.
All right. I don't hate it, though. I mean, I get it. Baltimore's my Super Bowl pick. Atlanta. Wait, hold on. Let's make sure we don't got another 1 o'clocker. Okay. Atlanta, Arizona. Atlanta.
Have you transitioned?
What do you mean?
Because I call them noon games.
Oh, yeah. They're one. Yeah, I've transitioned.
Brutal, man.
Well, like big noon kickoff here, college football, it's really a noon kickoff for me. I mean, I live.
That's true.
I can't you know how I get confused with these things. I can't wake up.
Yeah, how are you doing with daylight saving time? Because you're honestly you're very smart and knowledgeable, but time zones, it doesn't work and your brain won't do it.
No, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, I could probably, but I just don't. I only care. I'm selfish and I only care about myself. I just need to know when I need to get from point A to point B. You know, when I need to pick up my son, when he's done with school, what time I need to be on the radio, what time my radio hits on. Which, speaking of, anyway, I digress. We move on. Let's go out to Arizona, where the Cardinals are 1.5-point dogs, and I bet the Cardinals. I'm worried about Atlanta in my playoff bets, my over 8.5 win total, because Arthur Smith sucks. They don't have a quarterback. They're not using Bijan for whatever reason. Like, here's the thing, right? If there's a game where Tyreek Hill has 3 targets and Mike McDaniel goes to the podium and he's like, well, we'll get him the targets next game. You know, it was a Jalen Waddle game. He had 10 catches, 2 touchdowns. That makes sense. You use Tyreek Hill as a decoy to take the top off the defense as your speed guy. You know, if the Raiders are even like, we didn't use Devontae, it was a Jacoby Myers game. Makes sense. If you draft a fucking running back in the top 10, top 5, he needs 25 to 30 carries a game. Like Adrian Peterson, Derek.
Yeah, they're treating him like we treat Aaron Jones.
Or you better be fucking 9-0. You know what I mean? Because like,
but Arthur Smith, I hate Arthur.
Like, you're not smart, dude. He's like, you're doing more as a decoy. You're not winning football games. Get the ball to your best player.
Arthur Smith thinks he's one of these. He should be a high school coach because he's one of these guys that think like only I can understand football and you guys aren't privy. And oh, fuck you guys for reviewing tape. And the fact that like Pro Football Focus is a thing. Fuck you. You know, fuck everyone. Fuck you off. You doubt me. I'm the fucking Wink did fuck my girl. I'm still staying here saying fuck the free world.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. Desmond Ridder did fuck my girl. That's why I benched him.
But I know something about you. You went to Cranbrook. That's a private school.
I think Arizona wins this game. I kind of think Kyler's going to ball out the next couple weeks because he wants to get out of a shitty situation or prove that he's a starting quarterback so he continues to make that money. Give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, I hate
the battle of the birds.
I don't like the Cardinals. I don't like the Kyler Murray Cardinals. I don't like Kyler Murray. I think he stinks.
Okay.
But I don't know that take him to win because they're all coming back, I think. Connor's coming back, maybe.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like a big old party. And then their fans are going to be like, I wish we would have lost because of draft pick. Kyler needs to win. That's the thing. Kyler needs, take Cardinals. What's the over-under right now? Take the over. Kyler needs these wins so the Cardinals can get out of that draft position so they're not tempted with May or Williams. Kyler Murray, second half MVP, take it to the fucking bank because he has his job on the line. Okay?
Yeah, but like, what if he wants to get himself into a different situation? You know where he'd be perfect? Atlanta.
Yes. Anyone fast, like Lamar, anyone like that would be fast.
Well, yeah, they could have. They didn't even make Lamar an offer. They're fucking dumb. They're like, we got our guy Desmond Ridder. Oh my God, Dallas is a 16.5-point favorite over the Giants in a divisional game. Give me the Giants plus 16.5. Give me Danny DeVito's son Tommy and the New York Football Giants. If Brian Daboll was really coach of the year, I get he's coaching a shit show right now. If he was really coach of the year last year over Sirianni, who took a team to the Super Bowl, he should be able to cover 16.5 in a divisional rivalry game. So give me the Giants plus 16.5 against the Cowboys.
No, I think the Cowboys, I think they go pedal to the metal is a phrase that I made up. That means like I when I hit my gas pedal and go really fast, I'm like, well, I'm going to the metal.
You didn't make that up though.
Oh,
that's literally been like
I did make out Blackout Wednesday. I fucking know I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
They were saying that in Joliet, Illinois. Blackout Wednesday at Larson's.
When?
I mean, well, we were going to the bars in like sophomore year of high school for Black Wednesday.
Yeah, I made it up before that.
No, you didn't.
Fucking no, I did.
No, you didn't. You heard it from somebody else.
Nope.
It's like when my cousin thought that he had this great idea and he tried to take it to Shark Tank, Mark Cuban's show, and it was a toothbrush with toothpaste already in the toothbrush. And he told me about the idea, and I looked at him in the eye, and he's my cousin that's 10 years my elder. He's older than me. I looked up to him growing up as a role model, and I said, this has literally been a fucking thing for like 20 years now. You didn't come up with this invention. You've seen this somewhere, and in your head, you
know what I invented after I got kicked out from radio.
Strudel?
I invented being able to deliver audio and video in a different platform. I invented podcasting. Mm-hmm.
I invented nothing.
You invented Nathan.
I did that. All right. Let's go out to Seattle. Even flow. Got to set the tone with some grunge music. Oh, healing. Toby's. Yeah. The toe.
I'm still alive in that survivor pool, dude.
Wait, what?
I'm still alive in that survivor pool.
Oh, me too. I got a
are?
different name though. Yeah, I got a different name on there. I forget.
Why?
So, because I don't mean to do it, but like I use different aliases and names now. I was going by Johnny Truelove because what I do is, and I'll give you a little taste of it. So I bet women's college basketball, and I have an uncle who used to coach, in like this year we're 15-1. So, for example, I mean, this will be too late, but you could go back and check if we won this one. Southern Illinois over 145. That game's coming up at 6 p.m. on Thursday night. So, Southern Illinois, Edwardsville. We're taking the over 145. But I keep getting shut down from all these books that won't allow us to bet women's college basketball. So, sometimes I accidentally will put like Johnny Truelove or one of my other 3 names on something. You know, because we want to keep winning the monies because I got braces to pay for and all types.
Well, I'm taking the Seahawks is why I bring that up. They're my survivor pick.
Who are they playing again? the Seahawks.
This is the one.
Oh yeah,
literally talking about.
Yeah. I like the. I'm with you, dude. I had the Commanders last week. I had the Commandos outright, but I think they get bounced here. Seattle needs a win, and Geno hasn't looked very good.
They'll do what Detroit did. Detroit went to Baltimore, got their ass kicked, came back home and won. That's exactly. Seattle's going to do the same thing.
Yeah, it'll be the headline here in DC. It'll say "Sleepless in Seattle."
This is
Sackless in Seattle.
This is the
it'll be Geno sitting there. Like,
this is the longest I've ever been in a Survivor League. The previous high I held was week 2.
Wait, so who's your pick this week? I'll tell you if you're going to lose or not.
Seattle.
Let me look real quick.
No, Seattle.
You should use the Panthers against the Bears.
Last week I used the Steelers on Thursday Night Football. It was so nice to just get it over with.
Ooh, I would have used them this week. Who do they play again?
The Steelers. They play us.
I know, exactly. All right.
The other team I was thinking about was none. I was thinking about none other teams.
Yeah, you're right, dude. I think. Have you used the Cowboys?
Yeah. That's the obvious one.
Yeah,
Bills are good, but
I think I think Denver might beat Buffalo. I think Denver's becoming like a good football team. Yeah, we'll get there in a second. I don't really have much interest in this game. Raiders Jets. I should because it should be Aaron Rodgers against Devontae Adams, but instead it's
Zach
O'Connell.
Lebitard's taken that conspiracy that he never really hurt his Achilles mainstream.
I've never given a fuck about like less of a fuck than any of this stuff, even like the Rodgers stuff anymore. God bless college football and things I actually.
Why did the Jets keep Zach Wilson?
He sucks.
The Jets are like, hey, I'm married to my high school sweetheart, but I'm going to go off to college and find the college girl. But along the way, I'm also going to be with you, but I'm just fucking this college girl. And then I'm going to come back to you. Like, I'm coming back to you, but I'm just going to fuck this girl for a while.
They should have paid Mike White and cut Zach Wilson if they couldn't get anything because he sucks.
If you're bringing in someone because Zach Wilson sucks, you don't try to have him learn under Rodgers. So he's still going to suck. It's not like Rodgers going to be like.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, dude. Like, he's no good. He's not good at all. If they had Mike White, they'd be able to win these games. They'd be able to move the ball. Problem is, I think they couldn't get anything.
I'm all in on the Antonio Pierce bandwagon, so I will take the Raiders.
Me too.
At home. The Jets are a half-point favorite. I've honestly never seen a half point as a favorite.
Yeah, I like I'll go with you on the Raiders.
How are they a half-point favorite?
I don't know. It's a
That doesn't even make sense. Is that a typo?
No, it's just who wins. I mean, it's different in different books. Like I got them as 1-point dogs, the Raiders. We'll take that. Let's go with that.
Half point.
Take the 1 point in case it's 28-27. Get the push at least. All right, let's head out to save Green Bay, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk too much. I've talked way too much about Buffalo on the radio, so I'll take the Bills to win, and I don't want to talk about this game.
Okay, I'll take the Broncos to win.
Now, your trash game of the week, which I am spending money to go see in Pittsburgh. I'm getting there. And then I think on Saturday, I will be going to the Penguins-Sabres game.
Wait, dude, hold on. We forgot to pick one of the best games of the weekend. It's because I bet it was at the top. Chargers-Lions. I like the Lions to beat the Chargers. Jared Goff. Usually I bet against Jared Goff on the road, but he's just going back.
Game? Is that a 1 o'clock game?
No, it's a 4:05, so it snuck up on me.
Oh, so I can watch it?
Yeah. I like the Lions in that game.
It's hard being at NFL games on the early slate because then you got to like wait until they do their red zone updates every fucking one time.
I don't really like going to games. I kind of just like sitting on my couch, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. But it's nice to go with the boys.
Oh, it is. You're right. Like you got to go to one game a year. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I like the Lions, dude. Like Jared Goff.
And I've never been to Pittsburgh. And what else would ever get me to Pittsburgh? Like,
all right, so I'm taking the Steelers. I'm not like the Steelers haven't lost at home to the Packers since Bart Starr was fucking quarterback, which is a little bit of an overrated, like misleading stat because
no, it's not.
They don't see the Steelers, and when they do, like sometimes, obviously they play at Lambeau, but still, I mean, tough place to play. Mike Tomlin, a way better coach than LaFleur. Kenny Pickett and Jordan Love are like the Spider-Man meme, where both are shit for the first 3 quarters of a game, but then they could turn it on in the 4th quarter. But I know one thing about the Steelers pass rush. TJ Watt actually gets home, and I love Rashawn Gary, but other than that, and Packers defense played a little bit better last week. Granted, it was against the fucking Rams and Brett Ripp in Wisconsin, but I like I unfortunately have to take the Steelers here.
Well, Aaron Nagler had a tweet about the last Packers team to win in Pittsburgh, and I'm quote tweeting it and say, I'm about to make this all about me. Going to the game this weekend. If the Packers haven't won in Pittsburgh since Bart was there, I'll rectify that on Sunday. Guaranteed dub for the green and gold.
Really?
Because I'm going to be there. Bart's going to be there.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that.
This is the way that you have to pick games, Ryan. Let me tell you, the one who does it professionally. I'm taking New England and Germany because USA fucking rules. And I'm taking me to win because of me. I put the me in media. I put the me in me going to Green Bay Packer game. I put the me in pierogi sandwich.
No, you don't.
I put the me in. Oh, daddy.
The fuck is going on? All right, so my official bets for the weekend. I like the Saints. I like the Texans. I like the Jags. I like the Lions. I like the Broncos. College football exclusive. You know what? Actually, fuck that. You got to listen to my show. But I do like Penn State plus 4.5. There's a little bonus pick for you.
I don't have anything else. We talked at the beginning about the Brewers and Cubs. Sometimes we use that to talk about the Packers. I don't really have much else to say. I think anything to say is just kind of repeating ourselves. I do hope that this game on Sunday isn't like I'm checking my fucking watch kind of bored on some of these games. Like that game was for 3 quarters just boring. All these other games, I'm having the time of my life. I watch Bears, Panthers. I watch Patriots, Colts. And this guy right here is having the time of his life. And I'm just like, wow, football's so cool. And then when I watch our team, it's kind of the same thing. Grant always says this with the Brewers, Grant Bills, is he watches baseball and then he watches the Brewers. And he's like, There's no way the Brewers play that sport that I'm watching. I'm watching these playoff games in Philly. The Brewers do not play in the same sport. And the Packers are like boring as fuck. And I'm going.
Yeah. It's because that's what fans do.
Fan is short for fantastic time.
That's what happens when you trade away your Hall of Fame quarterback for Lucas Van Ness. Guys, Lucas Van Ness.
When you put it that way.
Is that Dutch, Van Ness? Has to be.
I don't fucking know.
Remember the Flying Dutchman, Rick Smits?
Remember Dutch from The Shield?
My best friend's name is Dutch. His last name is Duchesne, but we call him Dutch. I never understood it, but that's when you know it's time to go probably on the podcast.
Ryan, appreciate your service.
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me every single Wednesday or Thursday, whenever we can make this work. Hopefully we could get on a more routine schedule, but
that's up to you.
Shit's been crazy around here, man. Shit's been wild. Hopefully everybody in my studio stops getting sick, and hopefully next time we talk, I could give you a review of my 41st, count it, 41st Dave Matthews.
Spoon and spoon!
Dude, he opened with that last night.
Fuck yeah.
It's a good song. Alanis on that song.
Is she there?
No, but she's on the song. That's her.
Does he ever do Halloween?
Yeah, he does, actually. I'm hoping to hear it.
I fucking love that song.
Carry on, bury on, bury on, bury on.
Oh, you're satisfied. Don't walk away. I'm talking to you. Oh, I love when he screams.
I know. It's like, where the fuck did that come from? That's what I love. Like, you know what? When I go and get my vitamins from the vitamin shop, they're always like, you got any plans this weekend, bro? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to see Dave Matthews. And they're like, Dave's still touring? And I'm like, fucking Dave's still touring. Dave would come in here right now and put his sack right on your chin. Very underrated musician. And like, I don't get the people, like, all of a sudden, like, the cool thing is to like hate the Dave Matthews Band. Don't get it, man.
The cool thing is to hate Marvel.
Playing in perfect harmony on that stage. You get the guitar, you get the drums, you get the fucking saxophone, you get the clarinet.
Funny the way it is when you think about it.
Yeah.
Not a good job, but he had to move out east.
Yeah. Love the East Coast, man. Love it, baby. Love it. You know what I miss most about the Midwest? You guys don't understand what you have. The pizza, but Italian beef and jardiniere. They don't have any jardiniere out here. I have to import. No, I have to import jardiniere from back home.
Funny the way it is when you think about it. Craig Counsell wants to manage the Cubs because it's a short commute to work. Milwaukee's become a suburb of Chicago thanks to Craig. Shout out Spark Guy Take.
Funny when you think about it. You got the Brewers, who were a couple years ago were in the NLCS, the Bucks, who just won the NBA Finals, and the Packers, but there's no sports radio station in Milwaukee.
Funny, though. Bob and Brian were taking over.
Hey, all, you know what I watched the other night? Law and Order. Did you see the tits on Sandra? My God.
Funny the way it is when you think about it. I'm embarrassed by a little pit stain, so I'd rather take off my shirt.
Oh, dude, I came from the gym. I got like the sweats going on. Oh, yeah, looking good. That's what I'm talking. Watching over the sea, or whatever the hell they say. That's my wife's favorite song. I gotta get a photo of it.
Ah, fuck.
This is the perfect way. I should put in like my tabs. Sometimes when I take like screenshots, I like to put like xvideos.com and I send it to my wife. Just, like things that you wouldn't want to do, I like just do just for the shit of it.
That's why you're Horvat.